Hello, welcome back to the channel. It's another fine sunny day here in eastern North Carolina. It's actually Sunday, and I normally film on the day that I post. But tomorrow is supposed to be like 45, which to me is just getting a little too cold. Although I'll probably still be outside doing something, but maybe shorter periods and not blah, 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 blah. Anyways, what was I just doing now? Well, if you didn't notice or you weren't paying attention, I turned around and I aerated the ground around this fig tree. Or fig shrub, I should say. Bought it last early summer, and then it had some growth. Got nibbled on a little bit by the deer. I put up this string and rebar pole system here, and thankfully it's just enough at the moment to keep them out. I'll probably have to continue to take some further measures come the springtime when it starts putting on new buds and the deer get really hungry. But for now, I think this will work. Ish, maybe. But I aerated with pitchfork around the fig tree here, mainly because my ground is rock hard. If you've been watching the channel for a while, I've said this numerous times. It is a heavy compacted soil, clay, silt. It's crap. Sorry. So I aerated around it, and then I turn around and I use the bulb planting tool here. And I poked a bunch of holes in the ground, and I dropped in a bunch of muscari. And then I turned around and I put down some bagged compost. This is not the greatest compost, but it should suffice. We are supposed to get rain in the next few days. Hopefully that will turn around and help wash some of this into the ground. And then, of course, we do have earthworms here, surprisingly, even though the fire ants, I think, have tried to kill them all, but we do have earthworms, so they will start, getting a hold of some of this good, nutritious compost and, of course, pulling it back into the ground. And in 5 to 10 years, hopefully, the ground around this tree will just be soft and fertile and wonderful. Anyways, but that's not all I'm doing here today. No, I'm doing one more thing. I'm going to turn around and plant this whole area up because we're into the orchard area now, and it's just sort of blah, and it's just sitting here, and the whole orchard area is mostly going to be grass with some trees sticking up until I get around to doing something more creative with the area in time. It's not my primary focus at the moment of trying to put in like pretty flower beds or anything else. I have, of course, the rose garden, which I'm building out, and I'll get to more of that next year. And then I, of course, have the flower garden, which I'm expanding, and I'll hopefully wind up expanding a little more next year. And then, of course, the veg garden. So there's a lot going on, not counting all of the other various spots in the yard, the garden. Let's just call it the garden. Anyways, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn around and I'm going to take a risk, run a gamble, try something different. I'm going to put down some poppy seed. So my theory is that I'll have the muscari come up in the springtime, hopefully. Of course, the grass will be growing too, and will be pushing its way up, but that's okay. The muscari should come up and hopefully get a little taller than the grass does, in that time. I'm also then going to turn around and put down the poppy seeds. And the reason I'm going to put down the poppy seeds is just maybe, I've never done this before, I have no clue. If you've done anything like this before, please leave a comment below. But hopefully the poppy seed comes up in the spring, and it hopefully grows a little faster than the grass, and maybe it'll push the grass out a bit. Maybe, I don't know, but I know it will grow taller than the grass. At least I'm hoping it grows taller than the grass. And then, it'll just be something more colorful in here if it all does come to fruition. Again, we'll get the purple from the muscari in the springtime, and then hopefully by late spring, early summer, maybe, we'll get some beautiful poppy flowers coming in here. I don't know. The worst case scenario, this is just going to be a tall, weedy, flowery mess, which is fine. So I can come back with the weed whacker or the lawnmower, and I can turn around and just whack it all back. So this is really just an experiment to see what will happen. Poppy seed is really fine. Here, let me show you this. This is not like the poppy that you get in the stores on your bagel. So I'm just going to turn around and try to sprinkle this as best as I can. You know what? Maybe I'll just dump it. There we go. I'll just dump it all in my hand here. And then, now, this packet said put it down basically now. And then, of course, the rain will help wash some of this stuff onto the ground, which is fine. It's a little windy here, got to be careful. I don't know if that one pack is going to do it, but we'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens. And again, it's an experiment. It's just trying something new. I did have a lot of, I overordered on the grape hyacinth, the Muscari, and I got a box of like 250. And I've put a bunch in the flower beds, and I put little clumps here and there up by the house. So I decided, you know, again, just, I got this space here. It might be nice to add a little bit of color, and that's why I weed whacked it back as tight as I can. This is not going to be a dedicated flower bed. That's the reason why I didn't do like the whole cardboard thing and then do the mulch on top of it. This is just, again, an experiment. Have a little fun, see what'll happen, see what'll grow. And again, if it works out well, bonus. I can let the grass grow up around it, get to, you know, 2 foot high by mid to late summer, and then whack it back with the weed whacker, and then, you know, it could all come back. You know, if it comes back year after year, all the better. That's the best case scenario. Worst case scenario, like I said, it's going to be a hot mess. Nothing will grow. And I'll turn around and just whack it back with the weed whacker and think of something else new. Well, the compost isn't going to hurt the ground. Again, the ground needs it. So I am going to put down more Muscari throughout the yard in various little places. Do little clumps here and there. I think I'm going to do some down by the road along by the Sunshine Ligustrum that I have, and maybe a couple other spots, but nothing I'm going to bore you with. It's late in the season for most of you to be planting bulbs. Some of us, like here in the south, we can plant bulbs because the ground hasn't frozen. And basically you can plant bulbs right up until spring, I think, but they do need, usually most bulbs, a bit of a cold spot, even if it's only a few weeks. So I'm going to go around, I'm going to do that now, and then that's going to be it for today. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, click that bell icon to be notified when I do post up a new video. And this way, hopefully you can see what happens to this mess here. Does the experiment work? Does the experiment not work? I'm also going to probably try, I forgot to mention, that I will probably try to do the poppy seed idea in a few other spots, but I'm going to wait and probably till maybe February-ish, and then I'll do the same thing. And then we'll see what works, what doesn't work. Here come the Marines again. So again, I'm going to do the poppy experiment, but I'll do it in other spots, and I'm going to do it later in the, or early, I should say, next year, like I said, February or so. If you have any questions, comments, etc., thoughts, anything, please leave those comments below. Check out all the links below. I got my social media links. I got where I get my music from, etc., etc., etc. If you've been watching YouTube or using YouTube for a while, you know where everything's at. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Bye-bye. Oh, and I almost forgot. Happy Hanukkah, because I think Monday is the first day of Hanukkah or something along those lines, but happy Hanukkah.